Other than the flooring being fixed, were you aware of any specific issues with the RV?
He had mentioned something about the skylight was leaking and that's what caused the floor issues. But other than that, as in the ad, as what he told me, everything's perfect, nothing leaks, everything works, has new flooring.
Okay.
So that's what I thought.
In all fairness, far from saying everything is perfect, this actually says the opposite. It says it's not a perfect RV.
Right, but then later on it says, but everything works, no leaks.
And everything works. Tires are good and it's clean.
Right.
There was an issue with the timing of you first going to see the RV, is that correct? All right, tell me what happened.
We had kind of gone back and forth. I was trying to pick a day, and then we would go with the day, and then it was, oh, we need to push it 2 days, need to push it a couple more days.
And this was just to look at it, right?
Just to look at it.
You had not yet agreed to purchase it.
Right. There was always something came up or that wasn't ready to be viewed, and then finally we came upon a day, and I came and looked at it.
This was a big purchase for you, big decision. When it became clear to you that something was always coming up, why not just move on?
There really wasn't a lot of options for me. We were losing our apartment. And it was kind of like this was the last hope, and I had looked in other directions, but I kind of just got shut down everywhere else I went, and I kind of just kept circling around to the same thing.
All right, so eventually you were able to see the RV.
Yes, I got a map to the RV, no address.
A map?
Yes, he sent me a screenshot of Google Maps and circled the property and said, this is where it's at, and never gave me
the address.
Yeah, and so I searched around Dexter, Oregon, and eventually came upon the property.
True?
That's correct.
Okay. The RV was at Bill's property at the time.
Correct.
You didn't know Bill's address.
That's correct.
Okay, so you ultimately scheduled for the defendant to go see Bill, is that correct?
Yes.
And then, was Bill the one who met her that first day?
He was.
Bill, could you join us? How do you know Mr. Alvey?
I do work for him.
Okay. Are you a mechanic by trade?
Yes.
So, Ms. Sider, when you went to Bill's property, tell me what happened when you went there.
So my wife, Justina, was also with me, and we pulled up, and there was like 3 or 4 guys hanging around, drinking beer, smoking pot, and I was like, okay, you know, whatever. And introduced myself, asked if I could look at it. They said yes. I went in, also with Justina. We did some looking around. Her father was also with us. It was still really torn up when we went in there. I was expecting it to be in a lot better condition. And then we were looking in cabinets and stuff, and that's when we found some paraphernalia in there, and it really threw me off.
You told us you saw a meth pipe.
Yes.
Do either of you know how this meth pipe got into the RV?
No, I don't.
Bill, do you have any idea how somebody might have gotten this in there?
No, one of the other people there had put it there.
So you do know how it got in there?
Yeah, I did.
It
no,
wasn't
I
you,
don't know
but
how
somebody else who was there with you
somebody
put
else
it in
there did put it there, yes.
That's
and
not
they talked to them about that.
True?
Actually, Bill had admitted it was his, and he took full responsibility for it. So I'm not sure why he's saying a different story.
not-
All right, okay, we don't need to go down this path. Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
So you gave Bill a deposit, is that correct?
Yes.
How much money?
$400.
Mr. Alvey, the deposit was supposed to be $1,000. So what happened with the deposit issue?
Well, the RV wasn't done yet. I just wanted something, I wanted some skin in the game on her part. She had been pushing really hard for us to finish it so she could take delivery because she had homelessness on the other side of it.
Right, she needed somewhere to live.
And we were going as fast as we could, or Bill was and his people, but it just wasn't, wasn't able to bring it in the time frame that we initially thought. So it took a little more time, but it turned out good.
And when she was nervous about the time, you told her, I'm willing to refund your $400 if the time frame doesn't work for you.
That's correct.
So again, you had an option. I realize you didn't have many options in general.
No, yeah, I understand.
But you had the option to
Absolutely.
go back. Ultimately, Bill delivered it to you.
Yes.
And at that point, you gave him the remaining $600 on the deposit.
Yes.
Okay. Did Bill give you keys to the RV?
He did not.
You needed keys to be able to unlock the cabinets and things.
Yes, so it was already unlocked, but we can't lock it or get into 90% of the departments underneath it to get to propane so we can cook and stuff like that.
Why was the key not given to her?
I'm not certain.
At the time.
The transaction took place at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I think everybody was tired and wanted to go home.
It was kind of an oversight, you're saying.
Correct.
So what was the arrangement for how she was going to pay the balance of the RV?
She told me she wanted to make payments every payday, every 2 weeks.
Of how much?
$291 and change, I believe.
Is that accurate?
I would say about that, yeah.